Hi, my name is Ashlea Zimmerman, and I'm a yoga instructor, and I'll be instructing you all through a 30-minute session today. Before we get started, I have a couple of housekeeping things to discuss with everybody. Check out the upper right-hand corner of your screen. There are some resources from AFSPA about your benefits that you can access during the session. We're going to start off with a 30-minute Hatha session, which is good for adults and children. It'll be a seated session. And at the end, there'll be time for questions if you have any. And again, my name is Ashlea Zimmerman, and I'm happy to have you all here. So let's get started. At the beginning of every session, we're going to start with some breathing. So closing your eyes, find a comfortable position for yourself, seated or standing, but seating is how we're going to take today's session. We're going to begin with some deep breaths in through the nose, bringing that chest up strong and tall with each inhale, holding at the top as your lungs are filled with air before an exhale out. We're going to do just a few more of those, so go at your own pace. We're going to do a few more of those. And if you just joined, we're beginning to warm our bodies up with some deep breaths. So we're breathing in through the nose, bringing the chest up strong and tall with each inhale, holding at the top of that breath before a large exhale out. We're going to do two more of those. And that final deep breath in, followed by a large exhale out. And with that final exhale, we're going to do some head circles, slow and controlled here. And with your next breath, whatever direction you were going in, let's start going in the opposite direction. And with your next breath, let's return our heads to that center position. And with your next breath, let's roll our shoulders back. And with your next breath, go ahead and roll your shoulders to the front. Slow and controlled here. And with your next breath, we're going to inhale, shrugging our shoulders up, and exhale, shrugging our shoulders down. And one final time here. And with that final breath, we're going to today's asanas, which is also another word for positions for yoga. With your next breath, bringing your knees close to you. If you're in a seated position, just keep your knees in front of you. If you're on the ground, bring your knees to your chest. You're coming for a hug. And with your next breath, keeping your feet directly in front of you, we're going to twist to the left side. And with your next breath, you're going to come back to center, and then you're going to switch to the right side. And with that next breath, come on back to that center position. With your next breath, bring your hands in front of you. You're going to interlace your fingers and pull down. And with your next breath, unlacing those fingers but bringing them behind you, then relacing those fingers together as you pull down, bringing the head up. And with a large exhale here, unlacing those fingers and bring them back in front of you. Again, if you're in a seated position, I want you to have your feet hip width apart. And if you're on the ground, as I am, bringing your heels together. Taking some deep breaths here, bring the chest up strong and tall before exhaling. And if you're in that seated chair, just bring your hands onto your knees. Taking those deep breaths in before exhaling out. 2 more deep breaths here. One more time. And with your next breath, you're gonna reach for those toes, regardless if you're on a mat, on the ground, or on a chair. You're gonna reach for those toes. One more deep breath here. Releasing those feet as you roll up, 1 vertebrae at a time, slow and controlled here. You're gonna again twist into the left, keeping that right hand underneath the left leg. You're gonna twist to the left, bringing your gaze over the left shoulder. And with your next breath, you're gonna switch sides, bringing the left hand under the bring the left hand under the right leg, twisting to the right, bringing your gaze over the right shoulder. And with your next breath, coming back to center. Coming back into that comfortable seated position, We're going to sweep our arms up and above our heads. Bring your head up towards the sky, bringing those palms together, bringing them down, tracing in front of the face, and resting at the heart for 2 deep breaths. And with your next breath, again, sweeping your arms up and above your head, coming into that seated happy tree. Again, the head should be up and the arms should be extended, fingertips towards the sky. And let's bring those palms together, resting at the heart. And with your next breath, again, extending your arms up towards the sky, keeping your arms shoulder width apart, bringing the head up. You're going to slightly arch your back with your arms up. And with your next breath, bring your arms back down. With your next breath, you're going to extend that left leg, keeping the right foot on that left knee, bring yourself forward. And if you're seated, doing the same thing, bringing that right foot onto the left knee. As you bend forward, bring your hand to the left foot. And with your next breath, releasing that foot, rolling yourself up 1 vertebrae at a time. Bringing that right foot down before bringing the left foot onto the right knee as you extend that right arm to that right foot. And with your next breath, let's extend ourselves back up, rolling up 1 vertebrae at a time. Let's bring that left foot back down. And with your next breath, extending those arms down, coming for those feet again. And if you're in that seated chair position, just bring yourself forward, bring your chest onto your thighs as you reach for your feet. Feel free to modify here, coming for the knees or the shins or the ankles. And with your next breath, releasing those feet as you roll up again, 1 vertebrae at a time, slow and controlled here. And with your next breath, we're going to go again into that seated butterfly. And if you're seated in a chair, just go ahead and bring your feet together, extending your knees or letting your knees drop. Remembering your breath here, with each breath, bringing the chest up strong and tall. Let's do that 2 more times. And 1 final time here. Allowing your head to come up slowly. Rolling those shoulders back, ensuring your spine is straight and strong. With your next breath, we're going to do a couple more head circles. Going in any direction that you like. The key here is slow and controlled and remembering your breaths. And with your next breath, let's switch directions. Bringing that head back to center. And with your next breath, we're going to start with some seated cat and cows. Arching the back forward, coming kind of into a ball shape, bringing your chin to your chest with an inhale. With an exhale, bringing the head up strong and tall, arching the back slightly. We'll do a few of those. Again, coming forward, arching the back, bringing the chin to the chest. And with an exhale, bringing the head up, bringing your arch into your back. We'll do a few of these. Go ahead and do it at your own pace. And one final time. Coming back to center. And with your next breath, if you're on a mat, I want you to extend your feet greater than hip width apart as you reach for your toes. If you're in a chair, go ahead and extend your feet, your legs as wide as you can as you articulate down for your feet, ankles, or shins. And with your next breath, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Slow and controlled here. When you finally make it to the top, I want you to roll your shoulders back twice before rolling them forward twice. Slow and controlled. And with your next breath, keeping your feet in the same position. If you're in a chair, I want you to use your right hand to reach for that left foot. If you're on a mat or on the ground, I want you to use your right hand to reach for that left foot again. And with your next breath, let's switch sides. Using the left hand to reach for the right foot. And with your next breath, releasing that foot, pulling up one vertebrae at a time. With your next breath, we're going to keep our right hand on our right foot. We're going to extend that left arm up to the sky. And with your next breath, we're going to windmill, switching sides, reaching for that left foot, that left hand, extending that right arm up to the sky. And with your next breath, bringing the hand back down. You're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time, slow and controlled here. Okay, coming in for a hug now. You can keep your feet on the ground, or you can bring them off the ground. And if you're in a chair, just extending yourself forward, bringing your chest to your thighs. If you would like, I invite you to rock from front to back or side to side. We'll hold here for a few breaths. And with your next breath, let's release ourselves from that hug, coming back to whatever comfortable seated position you were previously in, or a new one if you would like. And with your next breath, extending those arms up and above the head again. Bring your head up towards the sky. Bring the palms of the hands together, tracing down the front of the face and resting at your heart. And with your next breath, extending your arms up towards the sky, coming to that happy tree. Taking a deep breath here, in through the nose, and then out through the mouth. Bringing those palms back together, tracing down the front of the face and resting at the heart. And with your next breath, again, remaining in that seated position, you're going to twist again to the left, bringing your head towards the left shoulder. And with your next breath, twisting over to the right, you're going to bring your head over that left shoulder. And let's come back to center. And with your next breath, we're going to sweep our arms up and above our heads. Again, bring those palms together and resting at your heart. And with your next breath, I want you to keep your right hand on your chest and your left on your stomach. Taking some very deep breaths here. Focusing only on the rising and falling of your chest. And with your next breath, we're going to slip into Savasana. So allowing yourself to relax if you're in a seated position. However comfortable you are, you can lean up against the back of your chair or a table if you like. And if you're on a mat or the ground, go ahead and lay down. Again, keeping one hand on your chest and one on your stomach. Again, find the most comfortable position. If you're seated, relaxing yourself a bit, or if you're on the ground or on a mat, go ahead and lay back. You're going to close your eyes. And you're going to focus solely on the rising and falling of your chest and your breath. Allowing yourself to relax here. With each breath, becoming more and more relaxed. And I'll call you back when I need you. And with your next breath, let's begin to bring some awareness back to our bodies by wiggling our fingers, making circles with our wrist, wiggling those toes, wiggling those ankles. And if you're laying down, I invite you to sit yourself up. Taking some deep breaths here as we bring our awareness up one more level. And with your next breath, sweeping your arms up and above your head, bringing the palms of the hands together, and again, tracing across the front of the face and resting at your heart. Taking a very deep breath here. Taking a large exhale. That concludes today's session. Have a great rest of the week and a great rest of the day. And I'm here for time if you have any questions. I'm here to help you. And again, my name is Ashlea Zimmerman. Thank you for your time.